Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Panzer, and today I want to basically kind of unpack everything and push everything off my chest. This is going to be like a little bit of a rant video, so if you're not really into the yap sesh, then just letting you know, it's just a warning. You know, it's going to be a lot of yapping in this video, because I'm going to be honest, man, it really fucking pisses me off, dude. This whole, I mean, I love Black Ops 6, don't get me wrong. I think it's such a great game. The movement, the maps are kind of mid, but the whole reward system, the zombies, I mean, it's just a good, solid Call of Duty, and it really pisses me off that we have these issues with the servers. We got issues with cheating. You know, I keep seeing Activision or Treyarch or whoever is in charge of all that, and they say they keep on banning players, but it's like they're still in the game and they're still ruining the game. So honestly, guys, here's my opinion, right? I think that Ricochet isn't really like the main problem, right? Ricochet, because you got to think, anti-cheats could only do so much, right? They're already pushing, and it's already invasive enough in people's privacy. I mean, it's literally like kernel level anti-cheat, you know? So it's like they sit in your computer and it's at the kernel level, so they can see all the files, pretty much, I mean, dig into anything on your computer, which is already, you know, privacy invasive enough. But the problem is, a lot of these cheaters, these, you know, I guess you could say cheat developers, the coders, the guy that actually makes these cheats, and there's not just one, right? There's multiple. There's probably, I want to say, probably over 100 different services that provide these cheats, and there's just so many of them out there. But the problem is, the anti-cheat can only do so much, because the problem is these coders are really intelligent, and they watch and they have tripwires, and they can just tell when something changed, and they're really on their shit when it comes to, you know, writing the code and the scripts and everything for these cheats. Now, personally, I'm not a developer, so I couldn't tell you. I have no background in, you know, coding and stuff and software development. But I will say that, you know, a lot of these guys, from what I've researched, these guys are pretty on their shit when it comes to, you know, providing a service to their customers. And the sad reality is, I think, although it would be nice to have a really good anti-cheat, but I don't ever think it's going to be perfect like all these people want it to be. I think people, I guess, like, put too much hope into something that's not going to actually resolve all the problems, right? So I think what really needs to happen is just to reduce the amount of hackers in the game, because no matter what game it is, man, I'm telling you, no matter what fucking game it is, there's always gonna be some cheater, dude. There's always gonna be some dude who's using some type of cheat to get a better advantage of the game. Like, that's just a given. That's always gonna happen, and there's really nothing anyone can really do about it. But you can reduce the amount of cheaters in the game by, you know, I don't know what Treyarch or whoever is responsible for the game has to do for the security system, but, you know, maybe have out weekly source code change. Like, they could change their source code or do something, you know, make it more difficult for these cheaters to get on the game and actually cheat. Make them go through more loopholes, more risks involved to getting banned. And then, you know, that right there is just reducing the amount of cheaters in the game, because at this point, we know we can't get rid of all of them, but it's like, if you proactively try, right? If you proactively try to eliminate these cheaters, you'll have a much more better atmosphere than being reactive, you know, because I feel like Treyarch is very reactive. So they'll sit and wait for something to happen, right? And then they'll react to the issue. But the problem is, they need to be proactive. They need to constantly be ahead of the game, because a lot of this, these coders and these developers that make these cheats, it's a lot of cat and mouse. So let's say Ricochet or Treyarch, they update the game, right? They change the drivers or something like that makes them detect the cheat. Well, all the cheater or the code developers have to do, they just literally have to change the code, write a different source code, and then they bypass the anti-cheat again. You know, it's a lot of cat and mouse. They're very intelligent developers, but I think the only real way to see a solution is if Ricochet or whoever's in charge, like I said, of the security, they need to actively and proactively make it much more difficult for these cheaters to keep updating their code and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not a developer. I can't sit there and tell you exactly what they need to do. From what I've researched, this is a very common tactic amongst like other games and other different security, tactics and stuff like that. You just got to keep updating and make it more risky for these cheaters to actually cheat, because right now all these cheaters, I mean, the reward to risk ratio is just so stupid. Like, these cheaters, the chance of them actually getting caught is actually low. It really depends on how good they can hide the cheat, right? Because I mean, there's so many times where someone looks legit but they're actually really not, but they're just really good at hiding it. They call it closet cheating, right? So they're not raging, they're not making it obvious, but they're really good at hiding it. And some of these people you'll never know. And it's like, sometimes someone might even be legit and then you're like, what the hell? And then like you actually see the replay and it looks like they're cheating. But if you go into the theater mode and actually watch them the whole game, like, they're not cheating at all. So it's like, you never really can tell. A visual examination of someone's gameplay is one thing, but it doesn't really prove anything. I think, yeah, visual analysis of gameplay for cheating and stuff can work to an extent. Like, obviously, if someone's snapping their crosshairs, clearly, obviously, that they're cheating, obviously they would get banned. But it's like, if someone looks suspicious and stuff, and it's like, you can't really tell, it's like, you'll never really know, man. So it's like I said, I believe Ricochet, they really need to be proactive about updating their security measures and actively try to fucking catch these cheaters. Because from what I've seen, and I've seen a lot of times on Facebook groups that I'm in, and relating to like Call of Duty and Black Ops, and I see people on Twitter, there's a lot of people actually getting falsely banned for literally no reason. This is like a common complaint. I guess like a lot of people will spam people. Like, let's say you do really good in a lobby and people get pissed off. Well, their whole team is just gonna spam report you, and then all of a sudden you're shadow banned. And then there's also people on PC that claim to not even cheat at all. Now, I don't know if that's actually true or not, but a lot of these people are, they're actually getting banned for legitimately no reason. I'm like, that's just crazy to me. That's just literally crazy to me, because it's like, why are these people getting banned? Is it because Ricochet is actually turning up the volume on their anti-cheat that pretty much any activity looks like someone's suspicious, so they're just banning people for the fuck of it? Or like, and this is where it becomes an issue. There's a lot of pressure on Activision, there's a lot of pressure on Ricochet to catch these cheaters, but the problem is these guys are literally, I think they're going too hard to the point where like they're actually banning like legitimate players, and it's like, well, that's not really doing anything, so I don't know, guys. I think the best thing that they need to do, to be honest with you guys, is literally just make it more difficult for these fucking cheaters to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it so much harder. I don't know if they got to do a soft update every couple days and change codes and do these tactics to make it more easier to get caught. I mean, I don't really know what they have to do, but it's really become an issue. It's literally ruining all of ranked play. I don't even touch Warzone, because every time I go into Warzone, it's just instantly, there's so many cheaters and it's so blatantly obvious. A lot of people will also get pissed off and say someone's cheating when they're really not. So it's like, not only do you got a cheating problem, but you also got players reporting players that they think they're cheating, but in reality they're just better than them. And it's like, oh man, there's just so much chaos, there's so much issues going on, and it's just an absolute nightmare. And man, I hope that they definitely find a solution, because I really like this game, man. And every time I play ranked play, I come into contact with a cheater, but it's like, I lose the game, but it's like, I like the game so much, I just like getting on and playing. But then it really bums you out, man, that you have to come in contact with these players that are blatantly cheating. They're using aimbot, they don't give a fuck. And it's like, people that are actually trying, and want to play competitively and have fun, it's like it really ruins the experience, so I really don't know what they have to do, but I feel like at this point, anything, like literally just do anything, because the situation is just absolutely just a colossal of a fuck, man. It's just so bad right now, dude. So anyways, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. I just kind of want to like put my thoughts out there, my opinions. I don't know if I've said it yet, but this is my first video on the channel. I'm hoping that you know, I could do a lot more of these types of videos. I like kind of speaking my mind on certain topics, I guess. I'm not really like, you know, a Call of Duty pro or anything like that, but I mean, I like just playing competitively and ranked and giving tips and tricks and just trying to maybe, you know, better other players that need the help and want the advice, stuff like that. I just enjoy video games. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys pretty frustrated with the whole cheating situation in Black Ops 6? I think it might get better over time, but you know, and that's one discussion for another video is, did PC actually ruin Call of Duty, or did it actually make it better? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. All your feedback is highly appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.